If you own a house right now and you've got some equity in that house and you want to buy a new home, but you're struggling to figure out how you can make that happen. Hey everyone, it's Kenton Becker, American Pacific Mortgage. I'm here again with another weekly video tip for you. This week's tip, I want to talk about bridge loans. What are bridge loans? How do they work? How can they maybe help you if you're looking to purchase a home and sell your existing home? Let's talk about some of the pros and cons. So first, let's talk about what bridge financing is. Bridge financing essentially is a bridge from your existing home, the equity in your existing home, and using that equity to buy a new home. In theory is you've got this home that you own, it's got all this equity, you want to use that equity to purchase a new home. How do you do that? Well, you get a bridge loan. It's a loan that taps into that equity and you use that to purchase the new home. Now that's all great, but here's some problems with bridge financing right now. Bridge financing traditionally requires you to, number one, have your property either listed for sale or under contract already, okay? If it's listed for sale, you can get the bridge money, but when it's only listed, you have to actually count both house payments against your income. So that means you have to be able to qualify for your existing home payment plus the new home payment because you haven't sold your existing home yet. And the lender is not going to just assume that you're going to get an offer. They have to kind of look at it and go, well, what if you don't get an offer? So at that point, you are actually having to qualify for both house payments, and that makes bridge financing kind of a challenge. Now, the other option is you have your home under contract. Maybe a buyer has already put in an offer on your home. It's under contract. If this happens, then the lender for the bridge loan will let you take that money, use it towards the new home purchase, and guess what? They don't require you to count the existing home payment against you. That's great, right? Except for one problem. When you already have an offer on your home, you've got to get that thing sold. You've got 30, 45, maybe 60 days at the most before that thing is probably going to close and that buyer wants to move in. So that means now you're under a big rush to go find a house and move into this new home. So that's the problems with bridge financing. Well, we have actually partnered with a new company that actually solves a lot of these problems. And here's how this program works. So hang with me. Let's say that you owe $300,000 on this home over here, but this home that you currently own is worth $500,000. Now what this company that we've partnered with will do is they will let you go up to 80% of that home's value. That means if it's worth $500,000, they will let you go up to 80% of that, or $400,000. Now, if you owe $300,000 on that home and they're gonna approve you for $400,000, you got $100,000 worth of equity in the form of a bridge loan that you can use towards a home purchase. This is just like any bridge financing so far, except they're gonna do something really special. As they do that, they are also going to write you an all-cash offer for that 80% of what your home's worth. Now, what this does for you is with that cash offer in place, remember what I said earlier about bridge financing, if you have an offer in place, you don't have to count that payment against you. So now with that offer in place, you can go out and find the new home, use that $100,000 they approved you for in equity to put as a down payment on the new home, and you didn't have to qualify for both house payments. You could only qualify for that new home payment, which is great. Now you're able to move out of your existing home and get into this new home. But now you're saying, but wait, what do I do with this home over here? And they're only giving me 80% of my home's value. That's not fair. Well, they're not actually buying your home for 80%. Remember, they didn't buy it. They just put an offer on it. What they actually will do now is after you've moved into your new home, you can go list your home for sale with your realtor. And you've got 90 days to actually sell that home. So if in the next 90 days you sell your existing home, you can actually now, with that sale, pay off your existing loan, pay off that new equity loan that you got from the company. They do charge a 2.4% fee for their program. That's their only cost for this whole program. So you pay off your existing loan, you pay off the loan that they gave you to buy the other home, you pay them their 2.4% fee, and you move into the new home and everything is done. But now I hear you saying, well, wait a second, you said there's 90 days. So what if you don't pay off, or what if you don't sell the home in 90 days? Now what? Well, if you don't sell the home in 90 days, then they would begin to start that process of that cash offer that they had in place for 80% of your home's value. However, they're going to give you even more time. They're actually going to give you an additional 4 months on top of that 90 days to try to sell your home. Maybe you need to do repairs. Maybe you need to lower the price a little bit to try to get more buyer activity. Now, as I calculated, that's about 7 months, 90 days plus an additional 4 months. If you haven't sold your home in 7 months, something is wrong. Okay, there's either something wrong with your home or you need to be more flexible on the price. I'm just going to be real with you. If that doesn't happen after 7 months, then they will move forward with that 80% of your home's original value as a cash offer. Again, I hear what you're saying. You're saying, that doesn't seem fair. They're going to take my home and for 80% of the value, and then they're just going to turn around and sell it and make a profit. Actually, no, they're not. When they do that and they actually take that home, if they turn around and sell that home, any profit they make on that sale, they're going to give back to you as the home buyer. This company's not in it to start flipping properties. The only fee that they make is the 2.4% when you sell your home. So there's a lot of cool benefits with this. I know this was a lot of information. Bottom line, I want to tell you, if some of this just completely went over your head and you're like, I don't understand anything you just said, here's what I'm going to leave you with. If you own a house right now and you've got some equity in that house and you want to buy a new home, but you're struggling to figure out how you can make that happen so that you're not in between homes and trying to figure out where you're going to live, and you can still use the equity in your existing home for that new home purchase to get the payment you want and the rate you want. If that's your situation and you want to sell and buy something, give me a call. We can lay out these options for you, talk about how this could work for you. So hopefully this helps you. Again, if you're in that situation, reach out to me. We could even meet up in person to make sure you fully understand how these numbers work. Hopefully you enjoyed this tip. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great week.